Ahoj kamarádi, vítám vás všechny po dlouhé době u dalšího podcastu, protože byla dlouhá pauza, natáčel jsem nějaký videa na YouTube, ale na ten druhý channel. No a měl jsem přípravu na závody, takže prostě nebyl čas úplně najít si opravdu jako večer na nějaký ten podcast s někým. No a když jsem byl právě na závodech, tak jsem potkal tady úžasného závodníka, který měl prostě skvělou energii a mluví teda pouze anglicky, ale i přesto jsem se rozhodl, že prostě bych ho chtěl pozvat ke mně sem do podcastu a domluvili jsme se právě, že uděláme první podcast v angličtině, takže pro ty z vás, co neumíte moc anglicky, tak se omlouvám, ale aspoň pro někoho, kdo umí anglicky, tak si můžete poslechnout první podcast v angličtině se závodníkem právě z posledních mých závodů. Takže hi man, I would like to, I would like if you could introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Kobe. I'm here as a student in the Czech Republic. I've been here for like almost 2 years, and I started working out, I think 5 years ago, as a way to transform my body because I was in a shape I didn't like. And eventually I started to, try to get fit and also, trim down my fat belly from drinking a lot of beers and eating anything. And eventually developed into a habit. And then now it's like, going to the next level. So, yeah.
Yeah, what next level means for you?
Next level means maybe, going down the natural bodybuilding, maybe going down the competition lane, see if something good can come out of it, because the best job is the job you enjoy doing, like I said,
Yeah. You mentioned natural bodybuilding, or we've met each other on the bodybuilding show, on the competition. But first of all, I would like to ask you about steroids. You are natural. Is that correct? And and have you ever thought about taking some steroids maybe someday?
No. Anyway, growing up, and studying bodybuilding and exercise, I think everybody goes online and try to find like useful information. And obviously, like I said earlier, I started not as taking bodybuilding as a full-time job or something serious. I started to train just to look good and, stay healthy. So imagine thinking about steroids when you want to be healthy,
Yeah.
And I came across information about people who use them and the kind of, reactions it gives to their body, kidney failures, heart problems and stuff. So this is something I've never touched. And also, growing up in Africa, we basically, when it comes to bodybuilding, we basically don't know much more about steroids. Like we only use food as a sort of nutrient, and also sometimes supplement like creatine and protein shakes. That's the only stuff I used. No steroids.
Yeah, I really agree with that because my nickname is Czech Tarzan. That means like natural athlete guy from jungle. So I don't want to. I don't want to take steroids neither. But you mentioned that you grew up in Africa. I would like to ask you something about that because you are the first host in my podcast who grew up in Africa. And I would like to ask you, why did you move into Czech Republic? And what was the first thought that you would like to move here and to study here?
Basically, I wanted to study here in Europe. So I started finding like, schools online, doing research. And it happened that I have friends who already came here to study, and I got like very good feedback about the city very well, how it's like modern, small city, good architecture, and a lot of international students. So I was like, okay, let me just go there. Maybe it will be a good place for me to study, And I also wanted to change like environment. So it was like a very good opportunity for me to switch from where I've been ever since I was born to like a different environment.
Yeah, that's nice. That's awesome. And you said that you work out. You are doing fitness something for 5 years, something like that. And how long are you in Czech Republic? For how long?
I think next January will be 2 years.
2 years. So yeah. You were already working out in Africa.
Yeah. I started back in Ghana.
And could you tell me some difference between working out here, maybe different about the gym, about the equipment, or maybe people are different?
When it comes to the workout, I don't know. It depends on the city you live. Mm-hmm. Just like here, you know, when you go to smaller towns, you have smaller gyms. When you go to bigger cities, you have bigger gyms with a lot of equipment. So basically, it depends on the city or the town you live in. But I think the people's main idea about exercise is quite okay in Africa, especially in Ghana, because in the morning, everybody goes to the gym to stay fit, to keep fit, stay active. So it's like a culture there, which is very good. And I think here people also train like a seasonal way. Like in the winter, you see a lot of people in the gym because everybody wants to look good for the summer. Yeah, I think similar situation also in Ghana, but we don't have a winter and summer. So people either train all year or they train at some point and they stop.
Yeah, that's probably true, but I have to say I noticed that people from Africa has like, or generally black people, they have really good genetics. I think I'm really jealous because I think white people don't have that good genetics, and some people argue that this guy must be on steroids. He's so huge and so full. But for example, you are a natural athlete and you look really great. So do you think there are some difference?
So personally, just like you said, I've heard this quite a lot of time. Like the first month I started working out in my gym, fit in Berno. People who wanted to, like the first few people who spoke with me, like they either asked me if I'm on steroids, or they would rather say, oh, I think you have a very good genetics. But basically, I think this question pops up when, for me personally, I think this kind of question pops up when you actually take it serious and you do the right stuff, you do the right training, the right dieting. So for me, I don't believe, fine, genetics can play a big role, but I don't really focus on that, because before working out, I looked like every normal human being, and I even looked worse because I'm not the tallest person. And imagine me having like a biggest pot belly and stuff, you know. So then you wouldn't say I have good genetics, you know. But when you put in the work and then you see results, then the question comes in that, oh, are you using something? Or maybe you have good genetics. So for me, I think everybody, there's like, nothing is impossible. When it comes to shaping your body, it's like limitless. Everybody can be whoever they want to be, however they want to look, depending on the kind of energy and the commitment, the level of commitment they put in.
Yeah, I totally agree, because when I started working out, people also told me like, no, you don't look that good. You start working out and you look all the same. Man, you have a bad genetics. Now, I also, it's 5 or 6 years that I like doing fitness. And when I was preparing for last competition where we met, people on the Instagram, they started asking me like, are you using something, or you have a really good genetics? You know, that's just the thing. When you put in the work and you work out consistently for several years, you start looking good no matter what genetics. So that's true. Exactly. And I would like to ask specifically about your diet and for how long you were like dieting for this competition.
Normally I eat, okay, I would say for the first 3 years I started fitness, I was basically trying to stay fit and stay healthy. So I was eating like what I find healthy or consider what people consider healthy meal, because I wasn't really on a special or strict diet. But when I moved here and I wanted to, change, like the change of environment was also one key role. So you couldn't practically find the food you eat in Africa, like everything here. So I had to adjust to the culture here. And I switched my diet totally from the African diet to, I wouldn't say European diet, but then I would eat like basic healthy stuff I find here. So it was okay for me. And now I am used to it. But prior to the competition, the diet I used was like a typical low carb diet. So basically I think that's how I eat basically. Like from Monday to Friday, I try to eat as clean as possible. And I try to eat like super low carb. On the days I'm active, like the days I work, the days I'm very active, I eat very low carb. So I'm completely drained and tired. I burn more calories. And the days I don't have to do a lot of stuff, I try to maybe eat some carbs and a lot of protein, But on weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, I eat almost everything. That's when I smash pizza, I smash burger, whatever I find normal and dirty, I eat everything,
Yeah. You said you switched from African diet. You had to switch to European or to Czech diet, and I was wondering what is the typical African cuisine or typical African diet? Because typical Czech diet or typical Czech cuisine is like řízek s bramborou kaší a knedlo, vepřozelo a knedlíky a guláš, přesně. And I don't think these meals are like healthy at all. So what about some meals from your country?
Basically, I think my meals from my country depends on the climate. In Africa, the temperature is very warm and hot, like summer here. So people normally need a lot of carbs for energy. So most of their food or meals are centered around carbs, like very high carb food for more energy, because you're always sweating and draining under the sun. So yeah, and here I don't think you need a lot of energy to move around because it's all mostly cold. So preferably, I think here Mediterranean diet or keto, low carb works perfectly for people here. Because here, I don't think I move around more like in Africa. In Africa, I walk more, I'm more active. Here, I either move when I have stuff to do. Let's say if I have to go to work, I have to go to school, or I have to go to the gym. That's when I move. Or I have to go to see friends. If not, I just stay indoors. Because it's cold, I'll probably not go out, But in Africa, because it's warm, just like summer, you like to go to the beach, you like to go to the lake, you like to go to the river, you like to go hike in the forest, And everywhere you go, almost everywhere you walk. So you need a lot of energy. That's why the meal is mostly centered around high carb meals. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting about the movement, because when I was in the beginning of my prep for this competition, I didn't do any cardio. I just started to move a little bit more. I started walking out with my girlfriend, just in the nature. I stopped using my car that frequently. I just walked somewhere, and you basically burn a little bit more calories. And logically, when the preparation was when the competition was getting closer, I had to add more cardio and more trainings frequently. What about your trainings? You said you are for 5 days from Monday to Friday, the most active, and you do most training, and Saturday and Sunday you are mostly resting. Is that your off season or it?
No, basically like this related to my diet, but with training, I train like 6 times a week now. So I have like 1 rest day. So, and I do split. So let's say in Monday, I train chest, shoulders, and triceps. Tuesday, I train back and biceps. Wednesday, I train legs, abs, and I do like a bit of cardio, like 30 minutes cardio. And then the 4th day, I try to rest my body. So I don't work out, and then I repeat again. So it depends on my schedule, but I always try to find a way to train like 5 or 6 days a week. Yeah. So I train each muscle group like twice. Yeah, twice. And I do cardio like 2 or 3 times a week, basically.
And from the beginning, when you started working out, like it's 5 years, you always train like this, like push, pull legs, or what kinds of training plan did you try?
Yeah, from the beginning, I was just going to the gym and training like every newbie, you know. I just lift anything I can find and just do whatever I see people do. And I also had like this perception that, oh, you always need to lift the heaviest, so people, you know, like the gym ego. So I did for like a year, and I realized, you know, at some point I wasn't seeing any improvement. So I had to, you know, learn more. Because, you know, bodybuilding is just like going to school. Like you need to make your own research. You need to read a lot. And you need to try stuff on your own and see how your body reacts and how your body responds to, because everybody is different. You know, the fact that this particular program works for me or this particular diet works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you or any other person. You know, you need to know your body first and find what is good for your body.
Yeah, that's true. And I had the same like I did the same things. I always wanted to lift the most heaviest possible, and I wasn't feeling the muscles. I wasn't feeling the pump, and logically I wasn't growing at all. But my strength was increasing, but I wanted to get bigger, so I tried like more repetitions and I felt the pump a little bit more. The blood flow was a lot better and the contraction with muscles. And I started seeing a lot more results. So I expect the same for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when we started recording, you mentioned supplements that you use, like something like protein, creatine, and do you use something else?
Like now, like in off season when I'm not preparing for competition.
No, you can say both when you are like preparing for competition or off season.
Yeah, let's say in off season when I don't have to be serious about like my diet, and normally I use creatine. Basically, I think creatine is my favorite supplement. I prefer creatine over a lot of stuff on the shelves. So basically, I use creatine and I use zinc a lot. I use zinc, vitamin C. I use magnesium. So I'm basically on zinc, magnesium, creatine, vitamin C, and yeah, that's all basically. And a lot of food.
Yeah. So then, supplement basics.
And yeah, and prep time when I have to prep for a competition, I drop the creatine. I stay with the zinc and magnesium, and I use whey isolate because I cut milk and other stuff like any lactose. So I use isolate. And I also use like some sort of fat burner like carnitine, which and I use a lot of coffee, especially for my pre-workout because I don't use pre-workout. I prefer coffee, like black coffee.
Is there some special reason why you don't use pre-workouts?
For me, I believe most of them, like the sports drinks and pre-workouts, are full of sugar, and I would rather take a coffee and drink some vitamins, multivitamins.
Yeah. I agree. I also prefer coffee. I think in those pre-workouts, so there is too much stimulants for our body, and it's not like natural for our body to get this amount of stimulus at once, you know. So it's not natural. So it's not. I think it's not good for our heart.
It's very bad. Very bad.
Yeah. And you said a lot of food. And what is your most favorite food? What you were like waiting all preparation until you can get this food?
Pizza.
Pizza, really? And do you think pineapple should be on pizza?
For me, when it comes to pizza, I'm biased. I will eat anything on pizza. If you put rice on pizza, I eat it. I like pizza. Normally I'm always looking forward to weekend so I can eat pizza, you know, like a slice, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I love pizza as well, but unfortunately I am like gluten intolerant, so I have to find some gluten-free pizza because it wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah. And expect so pizza is on the first place of your most favorite cheat meals?
For cheat meals, I don't know. I basically like any stuff. You know, when you don't eat them regularly, you appreciate when you eat them. So anything that I don't normally eat, when I get to eat them, I really enjoy them. But I would say pizza pizza will be the number one. If I should think about anything on a cheat meal, on a cheat day, I think pizza comes to my head.
And you prefer like like, I don't know how to say it, but you have salty foods and sweet foods, you know?
I don't know. I don't really like. I don't eat sugar. I don't really eat honey. I don't know. If the food is naturally sweet, I don't mind. But sometimes I even forget to put salt in my food because sometimes it's not really about the taste. Sometimes I just eat it because I need to eat it. Especially from Monday to Friday, I just eat it because I need to eat it. And sometimes if my body is craving for salt, then I put some pink salt in my food. Like after I'm done cooking it, I just put some salt on it. And sometimes if I don't crave salt, I don't eat salt.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask if you prefer something like sweet, like for example cake, or something like salty. I don't know if it's correct, like pizza. If you prefer, what do you prefer?
It depends on the day and what I'm craving for, because I like babovka with coffee.
Oh, babovka.
You know? And it's sweet, so I don't know. It depends. If I want to enjoy a cup of coffee and then you know, on a Saturday, maybe I'll go for a babovka and a cup of coffee, you know. And in the evening, if I want to just chill and watch a movie or meet some friends, and you know, I will just eat some pizza or a burger or whatever I have. Not specifically, I have specific cheat food now. I like pizza.
The competition was like pretty fun for me. I really enjoyed that, and I think you enjoyed that as well. And are you like preparing, or are you planning to go there again?
Yeah, I'm basically I said, like I said earlier, I am a student and I have like 4 courses left to finish my master degree. So I have an exam around December and January. So I am planning to go again after my exam somewhere in January. So from December, from next month, I'll start dieting again. Because for me, I prefer to stay in shape and all the year, like the whole year, and not to wait, you know, like some people, especially the people who are not like, who are on juice like steroids and who are not natural, they try to get as big as possible. And then when it's like 3, 4 months or 6 months to the competition, they start draining because, you know, the kind of stuff they use like to just take the water from their body. But when you are competing in a natural show, you cannot get as big as possible and, you know, try to shred naturally, because shredding naturally is super hard. So I would advise everybody to stay lean and healthy throughout the year. So when the competition comes, you don't have to work so hard, you know.
I totally agree with you. And are you planning to go to the same federation, like the ICN, or some different federation?
Maybe I'll go with the ICN again, and then the next time I go again, maybe with WB and World Natural, WNBF, World Natural Bodybuilding Federation. Because they have more like international shows in different countries. So so now maybe I'll do the ICN in January, and then I will do an international show maybe somewhere in the summer next year.
Okay. So I wish you best luck, and I hope you win. And I see on Instagram you with some medal, and that would be great, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. You also, I see your Instagram with medal, and also you also look good, and I hope you also win any competition you try, you know.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. I have only last question for you, and that would be if you have some advice for our listeners or viewers, that it could be about anything. It can be about fitness, about healthy lifestyle, or whatever.
I would say to anybody who wants to go on a journey of either bodybuilding or fitness or want to stay healthy, like don't listen to anyone when you start. It doesn't matter if you're like 100 kg, 150 kg, people will call you fat. People are always going to criticize you until you start winning, you know. For me personally, when I started bodybuilding, my own brothers were just trolling me. Like when I started fitness, my own brothers were just trolling me. When they see me doing like working out in the home, they were just trolling me all the time, you know. Like, and these are challenges that will sometimes discourage you from, you know, staying consistent and focused, you know. So I would advise everybody to close their ears to criticisms when they try the fitness journey, and then just stay consistent, keep reading, keep learning, try to find what is good for your body, and then listen to your body. That's the most important. Just listen to your body. Fine, genetics could play a very good role. It's a bonus, but there's nothing like prestige when it comes to fitness and bodybuilding. If you put in the work and you are consistent, you see the results.
I think it's really, really good advice. And I heard a really good quote, and it was something like, even if you could walk on the water, people would say you couldn't swim, you know?
Exactly.
So don't listen to other don't listen to other people, just listen to your body.
Exactly.
So Kobe, I really appreciate that you came to my podcast. I wish you best luck in life, in some competitions, and from our listeners, I really thanks for listening or for viewing our podcast, and have a great day.
Thank you so much. I'm very honored, and I thank your listeners for also listening and paying attention. And I'll also urge them to go follow my Instagram for free tips. If you want any tip about bodybuilding, healthy lifestyle, just go follow my Instagram at EBOBALLY. And or you can ask him, maybe he will put it on his Instagram story or whatever. And then if you need any diet plan advice, I give for free. So
don't forget to follow his Instagram. I put the link down below, so just follow, and if you have any question, you can write it there. So Thank you again, and have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.